Hey y'all, Dr. Cindy here. Many of you have reached out to me and said, how in the world am I supposed to sell during the coronavirus? What am I supposed to be doing? How do I stay on track? Well, my answer is you stick to your plan. Now, you all know that I'm a big fan of planning, but I want you to just remember that, especially in sales, the work you do today typically pays you what, 90 days later, 6 months later, sometimes a year later. So don't feel like you can't actually continue to plant those seeds right now that will pay off in the longer term. But you do have to probably go back and look at your plan again. The things that you were doing before this happened probably are not going to happen right now. You're not going to get on an airplane and go meet with people face to face. You're probably not doing the conference calls that you were doing, but it doesn't mean that you can't hop on a video conference and have a conversation with somebody and talk about their long-term planning and how you can fit into that as well. Now, of course, in this is always kindness and compassion, as you guys know. I would never tell you to be pushy, but I do think we need to keep our foot on the gas for sales because we will get through this. Now, another thing that's going to help you to sell during this time is to know your numbers. Know what your batting averages were before now. So go back, look at that pipeline, look at your funnel, and see what was working and what wasn't working. This is a great time for salespeople in particular to take a step back and look at the things that you're still doing that you're just sort of addicted to doing because you've always done them versus the things that are actually serving you and you're getting a good ROI. So that's the first thing that I would tell you to do to get to know your plan and get to know what's going to work for you going forward. And then we've got to know the trends, know what's going on in the markets. If you're working in an economy and in an industry that typically has a very busy summer season, maybe that's not going to be the case this year. Maybe it is going to be the case. We really don't know enough right now, but go back and look at the historical trends. There are data out there that we can look at. There are articles and magazines and journal articles and all sorts of things that we can go back and look at those trends to see how your particular industry crawled out of a situation like this before. Let's learn from the past so that we can plan for the future. And you've got to stay with it. Now, I know that many of us are working from home. We're dressing casual. We've got our pets next to us. But I want you to remember that you have to work the plan that you've put together. And if you don't, that's why it's going to be lean in the fall, is because we took our foot off the gas now. Now, I love a good Netflix binge just as much as the next guy or gal. But now is the time to plant those seeds so that you have a very, very fruitful Q3 and Q4.